Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And as I began to blaze this fire tonight, gather around and contribute your very powerful energy. Whether it be a like, a share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Duran's Healing, and I provide cowrie shell divination readings. And this is an ancient indigenous technology system where I use crystals, stones, bones, and a lot of other assorted items here in conjunction with the 5 elements: the fire, the earth, the water, the mineral, and the nature. And this indigenous technology system allows me to see the current streams of consciousness moving throughout the universe. And with that being said, I would like to jump right into the stones to see what's going on out here. And with that being said, let's get right into the messages. And the message that's speaking the loudest is coming from your spirit guides, your ancestor team, or your higher team. And they're saying there's quite the chatter going on about you. A lot of conversations. And you may be picking up on that energetically. But there's something here suggesting to me that you've risen above, or you're staying above the noise. Even though some version of these conversations may seep into your world, you're not allowing it to sink you. You're not allowing it to direct you or move you in a certain way. But the truth of the matter here is that people are very interested in you one way or the other. They're invested in who you are and what you're about. Every little thing that has presented in their world about you caused this conversation to occur. It doesn't matter if it's coming from your friendship group, your family, people that you were formerly associated with. What I'm seeing here in the stones is that there's a lot of energies surrounding what you're doing, who you are, what you have been participating in, and more importantly, where you have gone. It's like you shifted your energy. Something here in the stones is saying that because of this protective factor or the ancientness of your energy, you leave an imprint on people. No matter how deep the connection was, no matter how small the interaction was, for you, it may be large to other, and it's due to this Beru stone here. You make an imprint on people, no matter what form of contact it is. And that's why there's this energetic pull about you, towards you, surrounding the conversation. That's one message that I'm getting. But what I'm also getting here when it comes to community and people talking, it's about your genius. It's about your sophistication. Something about it strikes the energy of this paradigm. And if you touch people, communicate with people through words, through interactions, they're going to feel that. Some people may call you a genius. Some people may really be impressed by your frequencies, by the way you talk, by the way you speak about certain situations. There's something genius in your energy that is registering it as very sophisticated to the paradigm, to the community around you. That's one thing. But the other thing that I'm seeing here next to the sophistication stone is the bone to pick. Yeah, it's like people may have issues with you or had problems with you indirectly. A person to a person may have a problem by your energy. And it has spawned this conversation about who you are and what you're about. I'm not particularly sure what this conversation is, But there's something here surrounding challenges or issues that you may not have been able to solve. It may have been too complex for you. It may have been too big or too large, and you might have pulled yourself out of it for the sake of your own energy. But there is this lingering energy surrounding the conversation about you. That's another message that I'm seeing here in the stones. But nonetheless, it's almost like the energies are still moving in the direction towards grounding you, but not grounding you in the soil, but grounding you in information. It's like you're staying above the noise, because the way the stones are piled up here, and the doll that represents you is sitting above it, on top of it, like a bed that is risen up. It's not on the ground. You're not sleeping on the floor. It has this elevation to it, and that's what I'm seeing in your energy. You're not participating in the ground noise. You're not participating on the ground level with people, interacting with them in the narrative. However, you are rising or put yourself above to focus on more important matters that transcend the verbiage or the narrative, because at your head, you're trying to focus on larger matters because your creativity is here. You're trying to focus on things that helps you ground what it is that you know you need to bring forth. The visions, the dreams, the creativity, and which way is the best path for you. You're trying to find the path that is least resistant in order to materialize your creativity, or whatever this creativity that you're involved with doing, down to this healing space, because that is what is quintessential here. That your creativity comes with a degree of healing, and that is what you're focused on. A higher path, a higher mission, and not focus on the undercurrent noise here permeating around you and about you. And not only that, there is a higher path that you're choosing, but it's like there is a stream of energy cutting through this thread of consciousness. The water wisdom is here next to it's almost like a streamline of water, the stone that represents this, but it's like a path that's being cut open for the information of how to do this. It's coming directly through this thread of consciousness. You see, that's the reason why you're able to focus on higher matters. The supportive energy that's cutting through the consciousness to help you to move beyond it, to move past any low vibration or any energies that's not radiating on this mission. That's what I'm seeing here, and quite powerfully enough. The stones are falling and telling a story. I love the way I see this. As this thread of consciousness of information is cutting through, it's like a stone facing up, cowrie shell facing up, up. These are supportive energies here. And the snake vertebrate symbolizing radical change is showing up in this thread that's cutting through. It's keen to, like, what I'm seeing is like you're canoeing or kayaking down this stream on your merry-go-way, going down the direction of your path, and you're leaving behind people at the shore, people on the ground. And as you leave, people are uttering the words about your mission, about your path, but you're staying focused on your merry-go-way. But as you continue down this canoe's path, on down the river stream, you're met with this break in the stream, almost like a waterfall, which is this snake vertebrate, because it symbolizes radical change. Getting rid of things that are outdated, letting go of things that are no longer of service to you. There comes a point in your life where certain things that have carried you to this point becomes heavy and you have to get rid of it. And as you're met with this waterfall, as you approach, you're realizing that you have to get rid of certain foods that you brought with you, certain snacks, certain clothing items you have in your package as you head down this stream, because you're going to lose it anyway. You're taking the leap, you're taking the plunge down this waterfall, and that is this break in the system. That is this change that's revealing itself here in this current stream of consciousness, and you may be feeling that in your world. Like things that used to work are no longer working. People that you were friends with or connected with are not radiating on the same vibration. There's something here about the shift of the consciousness here that your energy is picking up on. And you're embracing it. And you're preparing to go down this waterfall. And as you do, because you will do it, I can see here is a wealth of abundance. But it's not financial or materialistic per se, because your path of wisdom is here and your path of clarity is here. This lets me know that you're getting deeper or going deeper down your path. And as you go down this waterfall, it's like you plunge deeper into the waters. But as you settle, you get closer and you start to realize this is the very place that you were looking for all along. This was the very environment that you went on your journey to get to. And this clarity that you have is more about the fulfillment that you made it to where you were looking for. You made it in the direction or to the destination that your energy or your spirit was pulling you towards. Connecting you deeper to the other world, connecting you deeper to the realm of spirit. But lo and behold here, it helps you bring out your natural self, your true self. You got rid of the old, but now the new, and improve an undercurrent version of you can finally blossom because you're in the proper environment. That's what's on the other side of this snake vertebrae or this waterfall or this radical change for you here in the current thread of consciousness. And not only that, is your institution stone, your life's work, your life's mission. That's the base of it. That is the motivation of it all. Cultivating the very reason why you were born here. A natural born healer. In this paradigm, creating a lifetime of work to uplift and help the current thread of consciousness and the very people around you get to a certain place. But not only that, it's almost like you had to get yourself there first. Like a voyager, like someone on a mission, an explorer. Lewis and Clark is what I'm sensing here. The Louisiana Purchase. Something about your exploration in the field of spirit. Because that is where you are. By yourself. Without people around you. But instead the chatter is about who you are. Where you're going. What you're doing. Instead of people getting on the kayak with you. But you took the trawl alone in spite of all of that. I can see that here, which is revealing a level of devotion you have to an aligning energy that you're always seeking, which is peace, which is security within yourself. It's like there's something in your energetic body that yearns for it. And when you're not in that proper space, you will pack your bag, get on a kayak or a canoe and set sail to find the peace that you're looking for. And no matter what, I can see it here, you will always find it. Your second ancestor stone comes out here confirming this message very interesting read that I'm downloading. But what I'm interested in is this snake vertebrae, or this radical change, or this waterfall that you will encounter, or some of you may have already encountered it. But what I would like to do is see what it is about, to dive deeper, to gain a little bit of clarity about this very radical shift in your world. What is this snake vertebrae stone about? And in terms of this snake vertebrae stone, the cards that came out were refusal, sacred geometry, solace within, smooth turbulence, and support. And what I'm downloading here is that there is something in your energy that knows how to put up the sign that says stop. Or there's something in your gut that rises up that refuses to allow you to settle. And this frequency connects you or reveals the sacred geometry. But what I'm downloading in this card is that there's something very ancient within you that is connected with the science. And though it is not as prevalent in the realm of academics, or in the realm of schooling that educates people in this paradigm of how sacred geometry works, the energy is still here and is radiating within you. And what this says to me is that you're as ancient as the conception of math and science within this planet. And this frequency is buried deep within you. And it keeps you true. It keeps you vibrating up to the numerology, to the math that is funneling or filtering out through the cosmos. And this, believe it or not, keeps you aligned with the energies moving. And when the math doesn't math, whenever the energies that you're around, and it doesn't matter whether it's with people, with an environment, with a location, when this lack of a formula or the answer to the equation doesn't compute, the system, your body registers it and says no. And it almost like the world around you says that as well. That is the transference or the revealing of the waterfall. Like it's time for you to shift. It's time for you to change directions. Or the world will prepare for you the waterfall in order to connect you back to the proper formula that is radiating on the ancient frequency that your body is connected to. See, when you go within, you feel this numeric coding within you, because there is a sense of peace, there is a sense of calmness, and your outside world will reflect a smoothness. However, anything outside of that will reveal to you turbulence, will reveal to you chaos, and you know how to get things back into balance. But there's something in your world that needs to be supported in order for you to do that. You may be the kind of person that needs the proper support in order for you to fulfill the duty in your mission to help others ground themselves back to this sense of solace. But more on a geographical level, speaking to this waterfall, is like the earth. The world around you will create this waterfall or a change in scenery energetically in your world so that you can get back on the right path. That is an energetic support that is on your side to help you get to the other side of things. More so, get back to your visions. Get back to the path that you're supposed to be on. Very interesting message here. Thank you all for joining me in tonight's healing circle. Very interesting message showing up here in the stones. And if you stayed thus far with me on this very interesting thread of consciousness, please be sure to like, to share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how this message is showing up in your world. And jumping back into the stones, I would like to see what this other thread of consciousness has in store for us tonight. And it's starting from your second spirit guides or your ancestor team stone. And what I'm gathering here is that there is a very powerful, energetic stream of support for you at this time. But it's more about the relationship that you have with the paradigm around you. What I'm downloading here is that you're very magical, or you come off as very majestic to people around you, because this pyramid stone is showing up here, showing face down or turned upside down. It's like your frequency or your energy turns thoughts and perspectives on its head. It's like you have a different frame of thinking or a different way of viewing things that is counter to what people expect to hear from a person like you, which comes off as magical. How did you think of this? How are you expressing yourself in this way? And it's truly because you are indeed a very magical being. The way you interpret the spirit world and how you maneuver yourself with the energies around you is quite magical. And people do not understand how you do what you do. But the truth of the matter here is that you exist in the realm of nature, which means that nothing is impossible for you. That is the energy that you dwell in. No matter how chaotic it may be, no matter how challenging it is, you bring structure in order to that. Whatever situation is presented in front of you, let it be a challenge. You use it or view it as an opportunity to enhance your skill. You take things on at the head, knowing that you have the energetic and spiritual capacity to maneuver yourself, to transform yourself into handling the situation, or to evolve yourself to get to the other side. That's a very powerful thinking that you have. That is a very magical way of maneuvering yourself in this paradigm. And what it is doing is causing people to view you almost like a unicorn. How are you thinking this way? How are you moving this way? But the truth of the matter here is that even if you tell them that you dwell in the spirit, you embody the energies around you, and you feel your way through life to get to the lighter side, to get to the healthier side of things, they wouldn't believe you. They don't know how to do it, which puts you at a place to be a key of access, like an access point to others, to show them the way. Not only do you reveal or express yourself out to the paradigm as magical, but you show others where magic lives. That's how you do it. You are the role model. You show them how you do it by embodying it. And I'm reading this from the top down, meaning that I'm not suggesting that you don't go through challenges. You're not weighed down by your experience. You're not human enough to experience pain and challenges in your world. What I'm reading here in the current thread of consciousness is that you embody something larger, something transformative in your energy that sets this tone that you can get beyond any hurdle that comes your way, because life has proven that to you. Life has shown that to you, because I can see it here. And this access or this key is spawning out or sending the message in two different ways to the energies around you. One suggesting that you know this about your energy. However, it grounds you in your power. You're tall as a tree, but you stand firm in the decisions you make. You're confident in your choices and how you maneuver yourself throughout life. And it's because you live on a more liberated side, or you seek to get to the liberated side of town. And in order for you to do that, you have to take things head on. You have to see things at face value. And instead of trying to change people and change things and change the environment, you change yourself. You transform your thought process to maneuver around obstacles. And this is what grounds you. And this is what secures you in a more seamless process, no matter how hard or difficult it may be. You make it look easy, though it is not. As you navigate yourself throughout the gauntlets, throughout the hurdles, it has built you up to have this level of confidence, to let you know that nothing is impossible for you. Everything in your world has revealed that. Even you connecting with this type of message is only confirmation. I'm only confirming what you're doing and what you have gone through. Nurturing the world into what looks like to be a very difficult and very daunting task. But you have elevated and healed yourself to the point to where you're keen to this level of ability. That's where your power comes from. And there's something more here in this thread of consciousness as I'm reading it down this path. It's like you know that you come with a set of gifts. You know that you have something to deliver, and this gives you a certain level of adrenaline. This gives you a certain level of push, of tenacity to get beyond whatever you're going through, because there is a gift within you that you're connected to that you have to get out. The delivery of your goods is what gives you your power to stand on. And this personal medicine, which signifies your gift, is landing in the water and in the nature. It's like, no matter what, there's something inside of you that is very healing and also very magical. Like what you're here to deliver comes like I'm seeing two folds. One side black, bottom side white. What is that? What is that? What I'm sensing was a great orca, a killer whale. There's something in your energy that is big, bold, and powerful as a great orca. But if you met against any obstacle, there's something in you instinctually that will kick in to protect yourself. Yeah, that's why on one end it's called a great orca, and another name for them are killer whales. And that is the side of you that's landing in the water, being able to offer up some version of healing to the very energies around you. But in the time where your instincts are being pushed up against, challenged, something else inside of you comes out to protect yourself. But the other side is also in nature. And I'm seeing also a skunk, the black and white illustration. You can see it roaming around. But when a predator, or when they feel attacked, or they feel something come against them, they spray the antagonist. They spray. as a line of defense against anything that comes their way. That is the energy that I'm seeing surrounding you when it comes to this gift. But not only that, it's very interesting also what I'm seeing here in the stones. Because on the counter side of your personal gift, your delivery of your goods to this planet, is the sophistication and the bone to pick, the genius and the issue that people have with you in the community. On one side, people may see you as the genius, someone that is very articulate, someone uttering words that they have never heard before, philosophies, way of thinking that hits their psyche to suggest to them that you're someone powerful, someone otherworldly. But on the other side is that they view you as a challenge, view you as an issue. But the truth of the matter here is that you can never escape from this duality or this dynamic, being seen as a genius or the person that brings the challenge. That is the energies here in the stones. I don't know what this message is about. However, what I'm digesting here is that there is something very dual about your frequency. And it's showing up here in the current thread to suggest that no matter which side of the coin that you're on, you're always going to be met with this challenge of being seen as the genius or being seen as a challenge. But this is also instinctually a part of your frequency, being one of a healer and also one of magic. Very powerful message here, you guys. Thank you all for joining me in tonight's healing circle. Very interesting message here, you guys. And if you stayed thus far, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And with that being said, I would like to change the trajectory of this very blazing fire tonight to see what higher messages the other world would like for me to convey with you all at this time. What other messages the higher energy would like for me to convey with the collective? And the cards that came out were Walking Away, Wield Your Power, Phases, Spiritual Compass, Light, and Space. Interesting. And what I'm downloading here is that some of you in the collective may be feeling like you have to walk away from maybe a job, maybe a romantic relationship, or certain energies or people in your family. I don't know, but what I'm gathering here is that there's something about you walking away in connection with your power. I don't know if you feel like something around you may be diluting or pulling your energy down to a certain level that is opposite to your power, or you feel like you need to walk away to gain your power, is what I'm sensing here. And it has to do with the phase that you're in life right now. You're at a certain phase in your life where you're starting to realize you cannot keep moving or operating the same way. It's not conducive to the spiritual compass or where your spirit is leading you. And you're starting to feel the weight of that. You're starting to feel the consequence of you denying your power, or you denying the life or the lifestyle or the spiritual lifestyle your spirit is calling you towards. Because it's about your light. Something about the dwindling, the dimming of your light in this current time, which is creating for you a space to walk away, a space to get a whiff of what's more important for you right now. And it may be community. It may be a higher mission for you. What I'm seeing is like you're not walking away or choosing to leave for a selfish reason. You have others or community at the forefront of it all. I don't know what I'm gathering here, but for some of you in the collective is that you're pushed at the forefront of your life. You're pushed at the forefront as a leader at this phase of your life. And there is nowhere else you could go besides this way, because you're looking at the light. You're looking at the future. You're looking towards the space-time continuum that will elevate not only you, but also the people behind you. And you know that if you don't make the choice to make a healthy decision, you're going to suffer the consequence. You're going to deal with the repercussions of that. And that is why Wield Your Power came out. That's one message that I'm downloading here for some of you in the collective. But what I'm also downloading here is that some of you may be realizing that your phases in your life are coming to an end. You have met your threshold. You have met the capacity of giving all that you could give. Now you're looking forward to see what else you can cultivate for the latter part of your life. You're not trying to live the rest of your life in this way. You want to live it fruitful. You want to live it in power. You want to live it in spirit so that you can create a space for others to live in a higher trajectory, in a higher way. It's like, in order for that to happen, you know that you are the one. You are the truth and the light to be able to do something like this. A forge bearer. You're guiding the way, and you're realizing the weight of that. You're realizing at this phase of your life that you're holding a very heavy responsibility to cut through a heavy terrain, to carve out the path, another avenue for others to follow without them having to bear the weight of doing so, because you know the weight that you had to carry. By not having someone cut down the leaves, cut down the terrain for you to have a more seamless process. But now you're realizing that you could do this for the others. You can do this for other people around you who are living a more spiritual path. But you're realizing that this is a heavy task. This is a heavy burden to carry by removing yourself, stripping yourself away from the masses to forge this bear, to forge this path open. That's what I'm seeing here in the cards. But not only that, what I'm downloading is that some of you may be feeling like you need to walk away from a certain job, a certain lifestyle, or a certain way of living that you have been doing. But this is more about geography, location. Some of you may be wanting to leave a certain environment you've been living in for quite some time to start a new plan, a new pathway, a new lifestyle for yourself. Because you know if you do this, it will wield a certain power for you. It will wield or create a new phase in your life that will honor your spiritual trajectory. It will honor your spiritual walk in life. It will honor the light within you to create a healthier space for others to follow. It's the same message, but in a different tone about location. physical location, geographic location. I don't know what I'm picking up on or who I'm picking up on, but I can see you forging a new path like a great explorer. This same message keeps coming up over and over again. For those of you who are thinking about moving, changing locations, I can hear your energy very loud and clear in this message. Very interesting read, you guys. Thank you all for joining me in tonight's Healing Circle. I have pulled many messages tonight, and at this time, I would like to close out tonight's Healing Circle. And thank you all for being here, and I will see you all at the next